Tonight in Love Live at 6, a BDF soldier says she was raped by a colleague in southern Belize. Jason Flowers wanted for missing monies from Immigration Office. The MIDH cleans up the police stations across the country. Elections and Boundaries opens voter transfer window tomorrow. The PUP's Elude Miller denies being pressured to withdraw. The UDP's Richie Galvez speaks on his desire to run the Belmopan City Council. New child justice guidelines validated to strengthen the protection of children. And the DPP says charges should be withdrawn from Alberto August. And police make arrest in the murder case of Isaiah Norales. Stay with us for those stories and more in tonight's News Live at 6.
Introducing GrowWatt, a global leader in distributed energy solutions, delivering innovative solar technology trusted around the world. Engineered for reliability, designed for sustainability, built to power every scenario, powering homes, empowering businesses, creating a smarter energy future for Belize. For residential hybrid systems that maximize energy independence, to homes across Belize benefiting from smarter, more efficient power management. GrowWatt off-grid solar storage solutions bring dependable electricity to locations beyond the traditional power grid, providing clean, reliable energy whenever and wherever it is needed. For businesses, GrowWatt delivers powerful commercial and industrial energy solutions that help reduce operating costs while improving energy security, including proven installations right here in Belize, helping businesses operate efficiently with dependable solar energy systems. As transportation evolves, GrowWatt EV charging solutions help power the future with clean energy. Need power on the move? GrowWatt portable solar power solutions provide flexible energy for construction sites, events, emergency applications, and temporary installations. GrowWatt delivers energy-smart solutions for a greener future. Distributed in Belize by Lano Supplies, 112 Ranchita Village, Corozal Town.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Now be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Back to School 2026 with the Angelus Press is here. And this year is bigger and better. We're talking unbelievable deals all summer long. Starting June 15, stock up on all your school essentials.
New notebooks? Check. Fresh backpacks? Check. Prices that make you smile? Double check.
Mommy, I want my new Samsonite backpack.
That's right. Samsonite still offers a sweet 1-year warranty. And hey, you even get a free merch with purchase while supplies last. Stay in the loop by following the Angelus Press on social media. Every Friday during our back to school season, look out for our jaw-dropping this stuff for real deals.
So before you shop, make sure you follow
The Angelus Press, your back-to-school headquarters all summer long. The Angelus Press and the Love Foundation, transforming lives with love.
Good evening. Welcome to the evening news here on Love Television for today, the 30th of June, 2026. I am Ernesto Vasquez. The Belize Defense Force has launched both an internal investigation and is cooperating with a criminal police investigation following allegations that a female soldier was raped by a fellow serviceman at Fairweather Camp. Love News understands that the alleged incident occurred during the early morning hours of yesterday, June 29. According to information received, the 22-year-old female soldier reported waking up to find a fellow soldier in her bed wearing only boxer shorts. She reported the matter through the chain of command, triggering the BDF's internal response protocol. Sources tell Love News that immediately after the complaint was made, the BDF dispatched both a counselor and a psychologist to the Toledo district to provide support to the complainant. She was taken to Price Barracks before being escorted to a police station where she formally reported the matter to the investigators. Love News has also been informed that while the complainant is expected to be placed on compassionate leave or transferred to another posting, the accused soldier remains on active duty pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation. Sources indicate that any decision to suspend or place the accused on administrative leave will depend on the findings of the internal inquiry or developments in the criminal investigation. As part of the police investigation, the complainant was taken to Punta Gorda Hospital where she declined a medical examination despite visible injuries to her legs. The Belize Police Department continues its criminal investigation while the Belize Defense Force conducts its own review into the matter. No charges have been filed at this time, and the accused soldier has not been publicly identified as the investigations continue. Also, the alleged fraud scheme at the Belize City Immigration Office is being intensified strongly, with police now seeking the arrest of public officer Jason Flowers, who has been placed on an Interpol watch list after failing to return to work. Love News has confirmed the Flowers, who served as a cashier within the Immigration Department, proceeded on leave just 2 days before officials formally uncovered what they describe as a suspicious pattern involving reversed payment receipts. The latest development follows Love News' exclusive report of May 13th, when our newsroom first revealed that an internal investigation had been launched after officials detected what appeared to be widespread manipulation of payment records at the Belize City Immigration Office. Sources disclosed at the time that investigators had identified more than 800 payment receipts that had been reversed in the department's electronic system, despite no refunds ever being issued to the customers. The discrepancies came to light after a woman attempting to collect her permanent resident card, for which she had paid $1,500, was informed that her receipt had been invalidated because it had allegedly been reversed in the system. When the investigation first surfaced in May, Minister of Immigration Carrie Musa told Love News government was committed not only to recovering any missing public funds, but also to ensure those responsible face the full force of the law.
That particular issue that you're raising occurred at the Belize City Immigration Office. In terms of the scale of it, that is something that we are still in the process of assessing. We have an idea, but I don't want to commit in terms of a number, a particular number, because this will more than likely be the subject of a criminal investigation. We have already identified one individual, and based on the information that we have gathered, I am pretty certain, I am convinced as minister, that that individual needs to be charged criminally. It has been said that the individual could not possibly have been working alone. When you understand the level at which this person was operating in terms of altering receipts, there's possible forgery of signatures of supervisors that might have occurred. If that is the case, then it would be the individual alone if it is that he committed acts of forgery. But if he did not, then it would be that there are others involved. And so we have to look at both possibilities. But like I said, for the time being, I am convinced that certainly one individual is going to be charged. Obviously, it's going to take the police involvement, but in addition to getting the police involved, I have given directives that we request immediately an audit into this particular scheme that has been taking place at least up until February of last year, and we're looking at other offices throughout the country as well.
While initial estimates suggested that losses could exceed $500,000, we understand that investigators have so far confirmed approximately $15,000 through the preliminary review of the financial records. The authorities stress, however, that the figure represents only a fraction of the ongoing investigation, as a comprehensive forensic audit continues to determine the true extent of the missing funds and whether other individuals may have played a role in this scheme. The cyberbullying case against UDP's Alberto August has officially come to an end after the Director of Public Prosecutions ordered that the criminal proceedings be discontinued. Just before 11 o'clock this morning, the Belize Police Department announced that it had received a memorandum from the Office of the DPP directing that the charge against August be withdrawn following a review of the case file. Police also confirmed that all property seized during the investigation will be returned to August. The decision from the DPP follows a series of developments over the past several days. Love News obtained a signed statement made by former Minister of Home Affairs Oscar Mira on June 27, in which he formally withdrew the complaint that led to August's arrest under the Cybercrime Act. In the statement, Mira explained that after reflecting on the matter and discussing it with the family, he no longer wished to pursue the complaint or any criminal proceedings. He maintained, however, that he still believes the Facebook publication was false and objectionable, but concluded that ending the matter was in the best interest of all concerned. Mira's withdrawal came after newly appointed Minister of Home Affairs Julius Espat publicly disclosed that he had instructed the Commissioner of Police to forward the case file to the DPP for an independent legal review. Espat said the case had attracted significant public interest and that the DPP should determine whether the prosecution ought to continue. Here was a snippet of that interview conducted last week.
I don't think we should be. I don't think any person in power should utilize his power for something that is annoying you at the moment. I think we all fall into that trap. I have done it many times and I have failed every time I have done it, either at home or at school or in regular everyday activities. I have tried to learn that you need to sit back and listen to advice and find a better solution. The decision was based on the fact that we believe that the DPP is the person constitutionally mandated to make a decision if it's frivolous or not. And I believe we have to give all leaders of their different organizations within the government the respect that's due to them.
Documents obtained by Love News show that the DPP received the case file on June 26 with additional material submitted on June 29. Following that review, Director of Public Prosecution Sherilyn Vidal directed that the charge against Alberto August be discontinued and that his electronic devices be returned. Our newsroom understands that some police sources believe Maria's decision to withdraw his complaint may have been influenced by the directive to have the matter independently reviewed by the DPP. While that assertion has not been independently verified, the timeline has prompted questions as to whether the complainant sought to withdraw the matter after it became clear that the prosecution would undergo external legal scrutiny. Opposition leader Tracy Tigger Panton has remarked that the action surrounding former Minister of Home Affairs Oscar Mira should never be allowed to reoccur in government, saying that current controversy presents an opportunity to strengthen accountability and prevent similar situations in the future. Panton made the comments during an interview with Love News after forwarding a 3-page letter to Prime Minister Briceño calling for a broad and independent Auditor General's investigation into the Oscar Mira procurement matter and the operations of Recondev. Speaking with Love News, Panton said the priority must be to ensure that the circumstances which gave rise to the Oscar Mira controversy are never repeated.
I've written to the Prime Minister. I believe you may have a copy of that letter where we have outlined very clearly what we believe needs to happen in the audit to ensure the highest levels of transparency and accountability and openness and fairness. Because we don't want to be fair to anyone, but it can't be more of the same, more of what we already know. We have to understand where the system has been broken, where the violations have actually occurred. We have to find out who is accountable, and we have to hold those people to account to set a very clear example that this should never happen again in public office.
Government has not yet publicly responded to the opposition leader's latest letter. A major cleanup campaign is now underway at police stations across Belize as the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing has joined forces with the Ministry of Home Affairs to improve the appearance, functionality and safety of police compounds nationwide. The program comes as both ministries now fall under the oversight of Minister Julius Espat, allowing for closer coordination between the two portfolios as resources are mobilized to address long-standing maintenance needs at police facilities. The cleanup effort includes extensive bush clearing, the removal of abandoned vehicles and derelict motorcycles, drainage improvements, grading and resurfacing of station compounds, and general beautification works to create safer and more organized working environments for police officers and members of the public. Photographs obtained by Love News show crews carrying out maintenance at the Ladyville Police Station, where workers have been clearing overgrown vegetation, removing debris, spreading gravel throughout the compound, and reclaiming areas that had become cluttered with abandoned vehicles and dozens of impounded motorcycles overtaken by the bush. Heavy equipment has also been deployed to improve access roads and drainage around station compounds, while maintenance teams continue clearing vegetation and restoring the overall appearance of the police facilities. The collaboration represents one of the first visible examples of the increased coordination between the Ministry of Infrastructure and the Ministry of Home Affairs, since both portfolios come under Minister Espaat's responsibility. The effort is expected to continue in the coming weeks as additional police stations across the country undergo similar cleanup and rehabilitation works. According to Minister Espaat, the exercise is intended not only to improve the image of police stations, but also to create cleaner, safer and more functional workspaces for the officers, while providing a more welcoming environment for the public seeking police services. In other news, the Elections and Boundaries Department is reminding registered voters who have changed their place of residence that the annual transfer of electors period officially opens on Tuesday, July 1. That's tomorrow, and runs through to August 31. The annual exercise allows registered electors who have moved from one electoral division to another to update their voter registration so they can cast their ballots in the constituency where they now reside. According to the department, applicants must have been registered as an elector since July 2, 2018, and must have lived at their new address for at least 2 months before applying for a transfer. Eligible voters are required to visit the Elections and Boundaries Registration Office serving the division in which they now reside. Applicants must also present one valid form of identification, including a voter's identification card, social security card, driver's license, or passport. The Elections and Boundaries Department is encouraging all eligible electors who have relocated to take advantage of the 2-month transfer period to ensure the voters' list accurately reflects their place of residence ahead of future elections. The department notes that maintaining an up-to-date electoral register is an important part of Belize's democratic process, urging voters not to wait until the deadline before submitting their application. The MSME Roadshow, which supports micro, small and medium enterprises across Belize, continues this week following its first stop held in San Ignacio. The opening leg of the roadshow took place last week from the 25th to the 27th, where entrepreneurs and business owners took part in a series of presentations, networking sessions and business development discussions, strengthening the MSME sector. We spoke with Executive Director Ishmael Quiros on the outcome of the first leg of the roadshow, adding that the sessions focused on improving access to information, financing opportunities, and key support services available to the small businesses.
So we had very good participation at the San Ignacio kickoff. As you said, it is a 3-day program where the first day is a boot camp style exposure to different topics, and we have fresh, exciting, interesting, relevant topics that every business owner should want to kind of like take up that opportunity to train up. The second day is our formalization clinic, where we bring the services that support business operations together under one roof, and where you can get information firsthand from the different agencies that will be present, including the financial sector. And so there's good opportunities there to learn more about what these different agencies do, but also to access services. You can register your business. The company's registry is going to be there. The Belize Tax Service is also out there, Social Security Board, the Labor Department, the local municipality for trade license information, and others. And so that's the second day. The third day is the marketplace. It's a pop-up style marketplace where the participating businesses, as well as others, are able to showcase what they're producing by way of not only products but also services, and to have more people in your community but also in the country know what it is that you're producing and doing as a small business. We certainly want more people to take up the opportunity, but we were very satisfied with the attentiveness of the people who did participate. We did have healthy and robust numbers. As I said, though, we want people across the country, when it is in their destination, to come on out and participate. It's an opportunity you don't want to miss.
This week, the roadshow continues in Benqueviejo del Carmen, running from Thursday through Saturday, and will conclude with an expo. Similar activities are expected as the stakeholders continue efforts to strengthen linkages and support business growth across the country. And Belize City Deputy Mayor Eliud Miller has publicly denied reports that he was instructed by PM Briceño and the People's Party leader John Briceño to withdraw from the race for the Belize City Mayoral Convention. In a statement issued today, Miller sought to put the speculation to rest, stating that while he did meet with the Prime Minister to discuss the upcoming municipal elections, he was never instructed or encouraged to step aside. According to Miller, the discussion with the party leader included his intentions regarding the convention, after which he informed PM Briceño that he fully intended to participate. Miller says the PM was respectful of his decision. The statement comes just days after reports surfaced suggesting that senior figures within the PUP had asked Miller to withdraw from the race, paving the way for fellow contender Alan Pollard. Those reports fueled debate within the party and prompted several Belize City councillors to publicly express support for Miller's candidacy. However, Miller's statement directly contradicts suggestions that the Prime Minister pressured him to exit the race, emphasizing instead that he remains fully committed to seeking the party's nomination through a democratic convention. Miller also noted that the PUP's national executive has agreed that a mayoral convention will be held for Belize City. He says he now looks forward to engaging delegates and residents as the campaign progresses, adding that the focus should remain on discussions about the future of Belize City. We have more news ahead. After the break, please stay with us.
People, not businesses, power the economy. And they deserve to be acknowledged, appreciated, and compensated for their efforts. Because when your people are successful, so is your business. Neo People, simplify your HR and payroll needs with one powerful solution.
Commercial Cleaning and Products of Belize, CCP, formerly known as Carpet Care Plus, offers a wide variety of professional restorative cleaning services and products in Belize. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, our mission has always been to provide our customers with the best products and services for quality, safe, and environmentally friendly cleaning. What separates us from the rest? The services we offer. Fabric cleaning for all types of carpets, upholstery, walls, and drapes. Vehicle detailing for both the interior and exterior. Total restorative cleaning of ceramic and porcelain tiles for floors, walls, marble, granite, limestone, travertine, clay, and more. Degreasing and polishing of the entire kitchen and all its equipment. Also custom concrete designs. We are a supplier of the most cost-efficient and economically viable products when you buy our specialized super concentrated formulas, such as cleaners, disinfectants, deodorizers, and sanitizers. Additionally, we also carry professional cleaning equipment, such as mops, buckets, vacuums, doormats, and window equipment, which are very durable and practical. You can order any of our products online at www.ccpbelize.com. CCP Belize uses only trained technicians, professional commercialized equipment, and EPA certified products. Our products are 100% biodegradable. We also have certified green products, which are used by Green Globe approved companies. Visit us at 68 North Front Street, Belize City, or contact us at telephone 223-1820. Email us info@ccpbelize.com.
A year ago, on March 17, 2025, Builders Hardware introduced something new for Belize, our online store. For the first time, customers could explore thousands of products, place their orders, and complete their purchases entirely online. Whether you're nearby or in another district, you can browse what you need, place your order, and have it delivered directly to you. And for those who prefer to pick up their items, our smart lockers make it quick and simple. Just scan your code and your order is ready. Every day, more and more people across the country have begun turning to the platform as a faster and more convenient way to shop with Builders Hardware. Along the way, many customers have also found added benefits online, from special website offers to rewards for those signing up for the first time. All of this is just another step towards making our products more accessible to communities across Belize, bringing our store closer to you wherever you are.
After a tough loss against the Belize City Defenders in Game 1 of the NEBL Finals, the Orange Walk Running Rebels is heading back home and look to tie up the series in a must-win Game 2. This Friday night at the Orange Walk Sporting Complex. Rebels Nation, get your tickets early as it will be a fully loaded, loud and ram-packed complex at 9 p.m. It's the Orange Walk Running Rebels versus the Belize City Defenders. It's Game 2 of the NEBL Finals. Cell phone, bar tabs, TVs, the NEBL girls, plus more. This Friday in Orange Walk for Game 2 of the NEBL Finals. Sponsored by the Government of Belize.
Back to School 2026 with the Angelus Press is here. And this year is bigger and better. We're talking unbelievable deals all summer long. Starting June 15, stock up on all your school essentials.
New notebooks? Check. Fresh backpacks? Check. Prices that make you smile? Double check.
Mommy, I want my new Samsonite backpack.
That's right. Samsonite still offers a sweet 1-year warranty. And hey, you even get a free merch with purchase while supplies last. Stay in the loop by following the Angelus Press on social media. Every Friday during our back to school season, look out for our jaw-dropping This Stuff for Real deals.
So before you shop, make sure you follow
The Angelus Press, your back-to-school headquarters all summer long. The Angelus Press and the Love Foundation, transforming lives with love.
Welcome back as we continue with the evening news here on Love Television. Stakeholders from across the justice and social services sectors gathered today at the Biltmore Plaza in Belize City for a Child Justice Guidelines Validation session. The consultation strengthens and standardizes how children in contact with the law are treated within Belize's justice system. Reporter Zena Augustine has more.
Belize is taking another step forward, strengthening the way children are treated within the justice system. Today, the National Commissions for Families and Children, in partnership with UNICEF and the Ministry of Human Development, Family Support and Gender Affairs, brought together key stakeholders for a Child Justice Guideline Validation session at the Best Western Biltmore Plaza in Belize City. The consultation is aimed at reviewing a set of national guidelines that will help ensure children who come into contact with the justice system are treated fairly, consistently, and with their best interests at heart. The session brought together representatives from the judiciary, law enforcement, social services, government ministries, and partner organizations to examine the proposed framework before it is finalized. According to NCFC's Executive Director, Shakira Sutherland, today's validation exercise marks a significant step forward, creating a more coordinated and child-centered justice system for Belize.
So today we are gathered here to talk about the final discussion, the final information in regards to the draft child justice guidelines. And so it is important to know that we have stakeholders from the ministries, civil society, international partners such as UNICEF, we have the Office of the Special Envoy, we have our parents, we have our youth, we have our children. They would need to do one final validation of this draft child justice guideline, and it is important to know that because there is a merger between the child protection and the child justice committees, NCFC, in collaboration with our Ministry of Human Development and UNICEF, we're working together to ensure that documentations for child protection, child justice are being updated and are created. And so it is important to know that we have to ensure that we protect our children.
The draft guideline covers several key areas, including the country's legal framework, integrity coordination, procedures for children in contact or in conflict with the law, and systems for monitoring and enforcement. Attorney at Law Diana Shaw, who served as the consultant leading the drafting process, says the guidelines were developed to provide clear direction for every agency involved in child justice matters.
Of committing offenses who are interacting with the justice system from a different approach. And normally the approach that those children receive have not always been protective of their rights. So we are merging the child protection and the child justice system as a reminder to all stakeholders that all children are deserving of protections. Even children who are accused of offenses have rights that are protected by the laws, by the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which is a part of the laws of Belize. And so this establishes that foundation. But we are also wanting to ensure that where children have done wrong things, that there is proper accountability and that the approach from the justice system is graduated depending on the seriousness of the offense, but also recognizing that the child has the capacity to be rehabilitated, that there's an assessment that is needed in terms of the needs of the child, and that very often children who commit offenses are coming from backgrounds where they have experienced trauma, where there may be lack of proper support in their home and in their community, and helping to build those things around the child while also ensuring accountability will ensure that we have a lower risk of the child recommitting an offense in the future.
Once adopted, the child justice guidelines are expected to establish a standardized approach for agencies working with children, improving coordination while safeguarding the rights and welfare of young people throughout the legal proceedings. Supporting that effort is UNICEF Belize, which has partnered with the NCFC throughout the process. UNICEF representative Shajid Ali says the organization remains committed to helping Belize strengthen its child protection system and ensure that every child has access to justice that is fair, inclusive, and focused on their well-being.
The importance is that we need to make sure that everybody knows what their role is, whether it's authorities, whether it's civil society, whether it's the organizations, and whether it's parents and children and everybody who's involved in this. So we don't want to have a guidelines which is not very clear and it's just another document, but the actual implementation and what the challenges are and what the opportunities are for children in Belize. Yeah. Well, it's to make sure that children are, when they are faced with the justice system, that they know what their options are and how they can be protected. And again, punishment is a last resort. We have to make sure that there's measures like diversion and there's measures of recorrection, and also that parents also know their role in this, and the different authorities, when they come in contact with children, what their role is. So it's all about protecting children, because children at the end of the day, for us, are innocent. They don't know a lot of the situations they fall into. They could be part of it. They could be witness to it of I would say, violence and crime. So we need to make sure that children are protected. And if there's need, how those measures can be very, I would say, children sensitive, and to look at more restoration and rehabilitation rather than jump to what you'd be normally jump to is punishment. Yeah.
Following today's validation session, the recommendations and feedback from stakeholders will be incorporated into the final document before the Child Justice Guidelines are officially adopted. Organizations say the framework will help strengthen collaboration among agencies while ensuring that the rights and best interests of children remain at the center of Belize's justice system. Dana Augustine reporting for Love FM.
In other news, Belizeans looking to send parcels to countries within the European Union will have to wait a little longer. The Belize Postal Service announces the immediate temporary suspension of accepting and processing postal shipments containing goods destined for EU member states, following significant changes to European Union import regulations. According to the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy and Logistics, the suspension comes after the European Union abolished its duty-free de minimis threshold for imported goods, introducing new customs clearance and taxation requirements for international mail entering EU countries. As a result, the Belize Postal Service is awaiting official operational guidance and implementation procedures from the Universal Postal Union to ensure that all outbound shipments comply with the new regulations. Customers intending to send merchandise to any European Union destinations are advised to postpone shipments until further notice. However, postal officials say mail items that were accepted before the announcement will continue to be processed under the existing procedures wherever possible. The Belize Postal Service says it is working closely with its international postal partners and the Universal Postal Union to establish the necessary operational processes required under the new European framework. Business owners, entrepreneurs, and tourism stakeholders gathered today at the Grand Resort in Belize City for the Tourism Business Connect event. The initiative is sponsored, organized by Sempromip, the micro, small, and medium enterprise arm of the Central American Integration System, in collaboration with the Central American Tourism Agency, also the Belize Tourism Board, Beltrade, the Belize Tourism Industry Association, and the Ministry of Tourism. It's designed to connect tourism businesses and entrepreneurs with support organizations, encouraging collaboration, investment, and sustainable growth within the sector. In addition to networking sessions, participants attended presentations focusing on tourism development innovation and strategies to strengthen the competitiveness of the industry. Throughout the day, attendees promoted their businesses, exchanged ideas, connected with potential clients and partners. The organizers told us initiatives like this strengthens collaboration across the industry while supporting the growth of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. It creates stronger partnerships, a key to ensuring the continued growth and sustainability of Belize's tourism industry. We spoke with Chief Tourism Officer Josue Carballo about the importance of the initiative, as well as BTIA Pro Tempore President Efren Perez, who explained the association's role in supporting this event.
We're here today to create business connections, as the word says it. So they had a chance to previously register. They are now doing some matchmaking sessions in which some of them are providers, some of them are suppliers. So they're looking at creating the supply chain that is needed for tourism, both for growth nationally and then also for what goes next within this program, which we will also have a virtual meeting to matchmake with other businesses at first in Guatemala, which is our neighboring country. And we hope from here to expand this initiative to also include other countries of the Caribbean, Central America, Mexico, so that we can have our businesses create platforms in which they can work together to to enhance the supply chain and make us more competitive, no? Make us more competitive in terms of creating an export image so we can import more tourists or invite more tourists over to Belize.
The connection that we want to do is we want to make sure that the operators and the small hotels, the small restaurants, the small artisans are able to connect with the tourism industry, because we realize that tourism is a large ecosystem. It really includes a lot of different moving parts, and so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're bringing them together. We're looking at where they are, where we would be able to also look at building capacity for them, training, and really formalizing them into the tourism sector. The main goal here today is collaboration, it is networking, and really building business opportunities between the small operators and the tourism sector to create that linkage and really start to get much more into the communities that we work within.
We also spoke with Beltrade Executive Director Ishmael Quiros, outlining the organization's role in supporting entrepreneurs, strengthening micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, and fostering business development through the program, such as this Tourism Business Connect.
Beltrade is really the front line of engagement with the private sector. As you know, our mandate, it really has that MSME at its core, MSME development. And so we're playing a role here in ensuring that, that our clients are able to know of the opportunity so that they can participate and benefit from the opportunities. And we really want to be here as a local stakeholder to ensure that the agencies organizing it are speaking to the correct people, are speaking to the people who have that opportunity, that potential to really make it a successful event. In the next room, there are desks where people have signed up for meetings. They have either requested meetings or they are being requested to meet, right? And so the idea is really to establish that actual mechanism for inter-exchange. As was said, oftentimes, long-lasting business relationships start with a single conversation. And so this is about, making those linkages, breaking the ice, getting people to communicate, talk, and understand what they're each doing in their business.
Well, those organizing say they're hopeful the connections established during the event will lead to stronger partnerships, increased business opportunities, and continued growth within Belize's tourism sector. A Belize Defense Force soldier has been charged with theft after being accused of stealing thousands of dollars worth of clothing and an Apple MacBook. 35-year-old Marilu Elizabeth Aldana appeared unrepresented in the Belize City Magistrates Court, where she was arraigned on a single count of theft. The prosecutors say that on June 26, Aldana dishonestly appropriated an assortment of clothing valued at $4,000 and an Apple MacBook valued at $600, a combined total of $4,600 or some 9,200 Belize dollars. The items are the property of Ariel Gibson. Aldana pleaded not guilty to the charge. Before granting bail, the senior magistrate questioned Aldana about whether she knew or was related to the virtual complainant. In response, Aldana told the court that she did not know Gibson. With no objection to bail from the prosecution, the court granted Aldana bail in the sum of $2,500 plus one surety in the same amount. She was able to satisfy the bail conditions later that afternoon and was released. She's scheduled to return to court on August 24, when disclosure in the matter is expected to be served. The allegations remain before the court and no findings of guilt have been made. Businessman Chris Rosado will have to wait another 3 months for sentencing after appearing in court today. Rosado appeared before Justice Derek Sylvester this morning for sentencing but was unrepresented in court, despite being represented by attorney Dr. Lyndon Jones. The court was informed that Jones had submitted a letter requesting an adjournment as he was engaged in another matter outside the district. Justice Sylvester granted the request to reschedule Rosado's sentencing for October 1. Rosado remains on a $6,000 bail plus two sureties of $3,000 each, pending his next court appearance. The adjournment comes just weeks after Rosado pleaded guilty to causing death by careless conduct, stemming from the fatal traffic collision that claimed the life of Police Constable Arsenio Cus on July 28, 2025, along the Philip Golson Highway. According to the prosecution, Police Constable Cus was traveling on his motorcycle from Ladyville towards Belize City when a pickup truck crossed into his lane, causing a collision that threw him from the motorcycle. He sustained multiple traumatic injuries and was later pronounced dead. A post-mortem examination concluded that he died from multiple blunt force injuries consistent with a road traffic incident. Police subsequently detained Rosado at his Ladyville residence, where officers found a damaged 2009 Honda Ridgeline pickup truck believed to have been involved in the collision. They reported that the vehicle had extensive damage to its front right side and a blown driver's side rear tire. During the investigation, Rosado, on the advice of his attorney, declined to answer questions regarding his whereabouts and the damage to the vehicle. Rosado was initially charged with manslaughter by negligence following the completion of a preliminary inquiry. However, when the matter reached the High Court, the prosecution proceeded on the lesser charge of causing death by careless conduct, to which Rosado entered a guilty plea on June 16. And today, police formally arrested and jointly charged 25-year-old Naheem Bonilla, a Belizean welder of Dangriga Town, and a 17-year-old male minor with the crime of murder. The charge follows the continued investigation of the murder of Isaiah Norales, who was gunned down early Sunday morning while riding his bicycle in the Benguche area. According to police, a motorcycle carrying two men pulled alongside the teenager before one of the occupants opened fire, striking him in the abdomen. He was rushed to the Southern Regional Hospital and later transferred to Belize City, where he died. Investigators have indicated that the shooting may have been linked to an earlier dispute involving the teen and the accused. However, police say the motive behind the killing has not yet been established. You're watching the news here on Love Live at 6. We have more items in the news to come. Stay with us. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
If this is an emergency situation, please call 911 right away for immediate assistance. Do not use the Crime Stoppers program in an emergency situation. Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. Remember, the more information you give the officers, the more likely it is that we will be able to identify the suspect or confirm a crime has taken place. This ultimately helps when making arrests. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Never put yourself in danger to gather information. However, if you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Once you click Submit Tip, P3 will ask to send you notifications. You choose what's right for you. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Keep that info safe, as you'll need it to check the status of your tip. Using the app, simply log back in using the PIN you created when you first opened it. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
I know I believe Jean. Of course, I will make sure the place clean, especially the places then where we treasure.
Of course, I have a bag for my garbage in my car.
our Belizean, of course, I believe that all of we should do for we part to protect the environment.
I don't believe, and of course I teach my picnic from small enough to throw garbage on the ground.
I don't Belize, of course, on and off the court. We unite as a team to keep Belize clean.
As Belizeans, let's trash the habit and not the beauty.
Manholes play a critical role in keeping our sewage and drainage systems functioning properly. They allow our maintenance team to inspect, clean, and clear blockages. When covers are missing or compromised, the entire system and the public are placed at risk. Stealing or damaging manhole covers is a criminal offense and creates dangerous conditions on our streets and sidewalks. Motorists and drivers are reminded that it is an offense to park or drive on sidewalks. The weight of vehicles, large or small, can crack and dislodge manhole covers. In an ongoing effort to protect lives, property, and public infrastructure across Belize City, your Belize City Council continues its citywide manhole cover replacement program. Since the launch of this initiative, thousands of damaged or missing manhole covers have been replaced, improving safety, accessibility, and the overall appearance of our streets and sidewalks. Despite these strides, manhole covers continue to be stolen or damaged, creating serious risks for pedestrians and motorists, including severe injuries, traffic incidents, and damage to personal property. If you see a manhole cover that is broken, missing, or unsafe, report it immediately. Take a photo and share the location with us via WhatsApp at 673-9055 or by calling 227-2308. Remember, maintaining manhole covers requires a shared responsibility. Together, we can prevent accidents, protect public infrastructure, and keep Belize City safe for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Welcome back. We are live with the news on Love Television. With his recent re-election as pro tempore president of Fedecatur, Belize's Efren Perez says he is looking forward to building on the progress already made as regional collaboration within the tourism industry continues to grow. Fedecatur, the Federation of Tourism Chambers of Central America and the Dominican Republic, brings together key tourism stakeholders from across the region to coordinate initiatives, strengthen partnership, and promote the sustainable development of the tourism sector. Efren spoke with us and described the opportunity to serve in the regional leadership role as a rewarding experience, explaining that his first term focused on improving coordination among tourism stakeholders, strengthening communication between member countries, and advancing initiatives designed to support the continued growth of tourism throughout the region.
You know, given that we're doing a second term right now, there's a lot of work that is being carried out. Right now, basically what we're looking at is the regional integration of all the countries, especially from the private sector part of it. We're looking at trying to see if we would be able to get much more projects on. Through the Federation, we've established a Fedecatur Academy, which is a virtual platform online where small businesses would be able to go and get training on their own, right? And so, and it's a free access site, so we're looking at a second phase to that, where we would be able to get much more benefits to the tourism sector.
And as he begins his second term, Perez says the focus will remain on expanding regional cooperation and building on the foundation already established while continuing to advance initiatives that strengthen tourism across Central America and the Dominican Republic. Residents of the Blackwater area of Trial Farm Village are expected to benefit from improved access to education following the official groundbreaking for a new pre-primary and primary school. The project is undertaken by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Caribbean Development Bank and is intended to address the growing demand for early childhood and primary education within the community. When completed, the school will serve children from Blackwater and the surrounding villages, reducing travel distances while providing access to modern educational facilities. Officials say the program forms part of a broader effort to expand educational opportunities and improve school infrastructure across Belize, noting that the new campus is expected to provide a safer and more conducive learning environment while supporting improved educational outcomes for students in the area. The Blackwater project is one of several education infrastructure initiatives currently implemented through the government's partnership with the Caribbean Development Bank. And students and teachers at Trial Farm Government School are now making use of a renovated classroom block following the completion of rehabilitation works carried out by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Caribbean Development Bank. The project addresses several long-standing structural issues affecting the building, including the complete replacement of the roof to eliminate persistent leaks and the modernization of the electrical system. New ceiling fans were also installed to improve ventilation and provide a more comfortable learning environment. Rehabilitation is part of ongoing efforts to improve school infrastructure and create learning spaces that better support teaching and student achievement. School maintenance and modernization remain an important component of the government's education agenda. In related news, the government has officially broken ground for the construction of a new school building in the Orange Walk village of Indian Church. That project is under the Ministry of Education along with the Caribbean Development Bank, replacing the community's aging school infrastructure with a more modern facility designed to better meet the needs of the current and future students. The new building will provide a safer and more resilient learning environment while supporting efforts to improve educational outcomes for children in the rural community. It reflects the continued focus on strengthening education infrastructure and ensuring that students across Belize have access to quality learning facilities. And today, the National Assembly marks International Day of Parliamentarism with new digital platforms. The National Assembly of Belize today joined parliaments around the world in observing the International Day of Parliamentarism 2026, affirming its commitment to democracy, representation, and public service. Under this year's global theme, Bring Human Rights into Focus. As part of the observance, the National Assembly officially launched its newly redesigned website, aiming at making parliamentary information more accessible to the Belizean public. The upgraded online platform features a more modern, user-friendly design intended to improve public access to legislative information, parliamentary proceedings, and other official resources. The launch forms part of the National Assembly's broader effort to strengthen transparency and public engagement by making it easier for citizens to stay informed about the work of the country's legislature. In recognition of the international observance, the National Assembly also closed its offices today, allowing staff to participate in activities marking the occasion. Normal operations are scheduled to resume tomorrow. The International Day of Parliamentarism is observed annually on June 30th to highlight the vital role parliaments play in promoting democratic governance, accountability, and the protection of human rights around the world. And with that, we end tonight's edition of the Evening News. We thank you for choosing us. Coming up next, the latest weather report. Thanks again for being with us, and you can stay for tonight's edition of Belize Watch. That's at 7:30. I'm Minister Vasquez, and I say have a good night.
Good evening, Belize. Our airflow is becoming less moist and less unstable. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for cloudy skies at times tonight, with low temperatures of 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 73 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. Tomorrow will be sunny with cloudy spells, and high temperatures are expected to reach 88 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 94 inland and 82 over the mountains. Shower activity will be generally isolated except for the south where a few showers and isolated thunderstorms can be expected tonight and early morning. The wind will blow from the east at 10 to 20 knots and the sea state will be light sharp. A high tide will occur at 11:22 tonight, a low at 4:07 a.m., another high at 10:21 in the morning, and a low at 5:55 in the evening. The sun will set today at 6:31 and rise at 5:31 in the morning. The moon comes up at 7:23 tonight and set at 6:38 tomorrow morning. The outlook for Wednesday night through to Thursday is for generally fair weather with only isolated showers. In the tropical weather outlook, no tropical cyclone formation is expected over or near Belize and her coastal waters during the next 48 hours. And with that, we conclude your evening forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.